It is now 8 a.m., and you're tuned to the Business Rundown with your host, Chad Kraft. Business, marketing, side hustles, and so much more. Grab your coffee and enjoy.
Good morning. Welcome to the Business Rundown. I am your host, Chad Kraft. And this is the only show on the radio that I know of, but I'm sure it's the only one you know of as well, where we help you grow your business, build more revenue, get out of that 9-to-5 grind, and pursue a life of freedom. I am a serial entrepreneur. I started my first business at the age of 14. It was a joke website. I sold ads to local businesses on it, and I'm the founder of Imphasis, a website and marketing agency based right here in Central Florida that helps businesses turn their browsers into buyers with our one-day website accelerator program. We're going to be discussing a lot of great topics today. From the fastest path to revenue with your personal brand, one of our client success stories, which is really great, a business idea from an 11-year-old who's in here in the studio with me. So you're going to hear his story, his idea, how he's going to bring it to life, and if it's a problem you have, you'll even be able to hire him. And then we will end with a handful, and by handful I mean a large handful of inexpensive ways you can get more clients into your business. A lot of them are free. So let's dive in. So a lot of people out there know that I am a personal brand strategist. I'm very passionate about personal brand. I'm building my personal brand. Part of my strategy building my personal brand is this show. You know, you're getting to know my personal brand every single week, and it just keeps building and building. So some people create their personal brand as their full-time business. Think of, Dave Ramsey, Gary Vaynerchuk, Lewis Howes, those big names. But there are a lot of people who use it as a side hustle. There are people who use it to supplement their career, their 9-to-5 income. So if you're thinking Ramsey, the Ramsey personalities are using their personal brands to supplement their income. So Ken Coleman, who is a Dave Ramsey personality, he uses his personal brand to show up for Dave Ramsey to amplify his income within that organization and amplify his reputation. So he has his personal reputation, but it's also tied with the Ramsey brand. So a lot of people who are employed can use their personal brand to build up their career. So a question that I could ask a lot of people is, what is holding you back from building your personal brand? So a lot of people would say, I don't work for myself. I don't need a personal brand. But I truly believe that whether you are the CEO of McDonald's, or whether you work for McDonald's, building your personal brand is incredibly important, is what's going to get you to the next step. But you got to think about, how am I going to monetize my personal brand? How am I going to make money? And that's what we all care about. And so there are several ways to get money. You can sell products. You can have ads and affiliates, those sort of partnerships. You can sell information. You can have deals, or you can provide services. So products, think of your swag, right? Your t-shirts, your hats that have your logo on it. You can think of physical products you invented. So if you invented a really cool tripod, or a really cool mug, or a cup that keeps your drink cool or warm, whatever it might be, that can be your product. And you have your personal brand on it. Self-published books. So if you self-publish your book, sell it through Amazon. Amazon self-publish, which is if you have a book idea and are like, I don't know how to get published, it's a great avenue. Just Google Amazon self-publish, and there are a billion resources out there that will help you build your book and sell it. And then another product concept is day planners. So a man named Michael Hyatt, who is a personal brand and also a company, his company is called Michael Hyatt and Company. They're productivity company, business education, lots of great things. Their biggest product is a day planner, but they identify as a coaching company. Yet they make the most money from a little book that they printed, and they did it they didn't do it on purpose. They were like, oh, this is going to be something our clients would like, and then it ended up being their biggest business. Ads and affiliates. So that's part of like how this show makes money is using ads, infusing ads. You hear them in our commercials. You hear them whenever I say the segment's brought to you by, or a little ad message. It gets people to pay you to mention them or talk about them, talk about how great their product is, or you get commissions based off of what you've agreed to talk about. Information, so your digital courses, your ebooks, you can sell any of those online pretty easily. Deals, so if you have a traditionally published book, this would come in as a book deal, a TV or movie deal. So I've seen several authors, they get their book deal and then they get a TV deal or a movie deal to turn that book into a movie. And then a brand deal. So if a company sponsors you, think of sports, Nike sponsoring a player, they're wearing Nike shoes. And then services is the last one. And I want to tell you, services is the fastest path to cash. Services is what will make it easiest for you to make money with your personal brand. So whether you are offering coaching, consulting, done-for-you services, or done-with-you services, or whatever you already do in your current business and your current job, those are great ways to make money from your personal brand because you're already doing it, right? Just drive traffic to the services you already offer, but using your current resources, right? Use the resources you already have. So if you are looking for a proven system and process to make more money and more impact with your personal brand, I want to highly recommend and introduce you to my friends at Brand Builders Group. They are truly the best in the world at helping you find your uniqueness so that you can build and monetize your personal brand. Right now, they are offering a free brand strategy call for anyone who is serious about taking their business to the next level. Just visit freebrandingcall.com to request a free call. Their team is amazing, and they will really help you get clear on the shortest path to grow your impact, your influence, and your income. Again, that website for a free brand strategy call is freebrandingcall.com. You are listening to the Business Rundown on Florida Man Radio, 105.5 FM or 660 AM. And if you haven't already, go to your phone's app store and search for the Florida Man Radio app. It's such a convenient way to listen to all your favorites on the go. Now, my website is my website and marketing agency is called Imphasis, and it's been serving Central Florida business owners for the last 2 years. We've been helping them turn their browsers into buyers, and I want to share some of our success with you. Last year, I began working with a title company called Prominence Title. They're based in downtown Orlando, right across from Lake Eola. Very beautiful location. And this business is so awesome. Their team is amazing. Their process is phenomenal, and they truly care about each and every one of their clients. Now, the owner of Prominence Title is named Marlene, and she was referred to me by one of my friends, Christine, and she's with a company called Zalise. You've probably heard her ads on the radio here before, and I got to be honest, Marlene was hesitant about meeting with me because she's been burned before. She's been working with other marketing companies that didn't do what they say they were gonna do. They, lied or didn't provide a good enough end product, and she wasted thousands of dollars. Marlene decided to meet with me because she trusted Christine, and I had an honest conversation with her about our process, about her site currently, our past client success, stuff like that, and she decided to move forward and become a client. So we worked well together and built a stunning website with her that highlighted the prominence experience, showed their process, and made it incredibly simple to begin working with them. We even added an online chat feature after the site launched, and the day we turned that feature on, it converted a sale, just like that. It was incredible. So if you want to see that site, it's prominancetitle.com. But I want to tell you what Marlene said after working with us. She said in a glowing Google review that I'm so thankful for. She said, I honestly do not have enough words to express how absolutely wonderful Chad Kraft and his team at Imphasis are. After several failed attempts at hiring other companies to improve our website and create the image of Prominence Title, I had just given up. I paid a lot out of pocket to these other companies that did absolutely nothing for us. I didn't trust any other company and had resigned myself to the fact that no one could help me unless I paid them a ton of money to make a hallelujah type website. I only wanted something created that would put out the feel and vibe that we give here at Prominence Title. I was fortunate enough to be recommended to Chad, and I thought, oh, here we go again. But decided, since I knew the person referring Chad fairly well from my BNI network, that I would give it another go and talk to him. This was the best decision I have ever made. Chad is the real deal. He is a genuine guy just trying to help others. He listened to all I had to say, and he got to know me, the staff, and my company to create the vision I was looking for. Chad took the time to carefully construct a website for us that expressed my visions. He was communicating with us on a regular basis and did every single thing he said he was going to do. And even had a real website launch party with food and champagne to celebrate the day the new website was launched into cyberspace. I could not be happier with the dedication that Chad has to his craft and his ability to create the visions in my head onto the website. I cannot say enough of how thankful and appreciative I am to Chad for all he's done to make this happen. I highly recommend Chad for all your web design needs. At Imphasis, we approach our clients as partners. We want to work with them to help them get the best results possible to turn their browsers into buyers. Your website should be a business marketing engine, and with Imphasis, that is exactly what it is. Now, you are listening to the Business Rundown with Chad Kraft. Connect with the show online at businessrundown.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials. I think that's all that we're on right now, but go ahead and search us. If we're somewhere else, we might be there. When we return, we will be talking to Atlas, an 11-year-old with a unique business idea to help him bring it to life. And be sure you stay till the end for some free and inexpensive ways to get more customers for your business. We'll be right back.
Florida Man Radio.
And now, more of the Business Rundown with Chad Kraft.
Welcome back to the Business Rundown. I am your host, Chad Kraft, and something you may or may not know about me is that I started my first business at the age of 14. So I love talking about young people starting businesses and connecting with them to help them. And today I am in the studio with a young entrepreneur named Atlas. Hi, Atlas. How you doing?
Good.
Man, it's so good to have you here. So I learned a little more about Atlas today whenever I came into the studio, and he is the son of my producer, Heather, and she decided, or I guess not decided, she told me about his business venture last week, and it is a really cool idea. But not only this idea, I found out today that he has made money in other ways by mowing lawns, and that it's his sister, right?
Correct, yes.
His sister made money. What?
She made a little craft, little hat for Christmas and ended up selling it to, she made over $200 just just walking around the neighborhood, and she covered her own expenses too. So that was $200
awesome.
profit. And all her idea. So we've encouraged both kids to become their own little entrepreneurs and quit mooching off us.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, so Atlas, tell us about your latest business idea, and we're going to brainstorm and see if we can get you some great results and get you making money on it.
Okay, so like about a year ago, I had this idea because as long as I've lived in Florida, I've always like caught lizards, whether it's been in my backyard, my friend's backyard, or anywhere. I'm always like looking for lizards and trying to catch them. And so I thought I could actually probably make money off of this. If like, because I know some people either get like grossed out about lizards or just don't like them. So if I removed them from like their screened-in porches or pools or any of that, then I could actually probably make some good money.
Yeah.
When you do something you love, it doesn't matter what it doesn't feel like a job.
Exactly, yeah. So I think that quote is, if you are doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yes,
so
thank
I feel
you.
like if Atlas was out catching lizards and people's screened-in porch and all of that, it would just seem like he's just having fun playing with lizards. So how many lizards in an hour do you think you can catch?
In an hour, probably around, well, if I can find them, probably around 30 or 40.
Oh, wow.
He's good.
That is a lot more than I expected. That's incredible. So what would you charge for a service, or how do you think you would charge for a service like this?
I'd say probably around like $5 because like it's just like easy for me.
Mm-hmm. So if the average person has, let's say they have 10 lizards in their screen porch, so you could hit up 4 houses in an hour, and
If they're close together.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to be
Transportation.
strategic and hope
Right.
that you just go down the line and can hit, and then that's $20 an hour. Right?
Yeah.
Would you ever hire somebody to work with you to do this? Do you know other people who love catching lizards and are good at it? You have to make sure they're good at it too.
Yeah. A couple of my friends I've tried to teach how to catch lizards. My friend Hayden, he can't really like get too close to lizards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have many people I could hire, but I think I could still do it like by myself probably.
And I think if they saw what you were doing, I think they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Heather told me some ways that you were marketing this idea. So tell us about how you were getting interest for this business.
So I already have the supplies as far as catching. All I need is my hands in a little box, like a little cage that I have.
Mhm.
And that's basically all I need. I mean, maybe a ladder. And so my ideas were I was going to make business cards. I don't think we ever got around to that.
We made them. We didn't order them.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So and Heather, you were telling me about a post that you made in a local Facebook group. So tell us about the response you got from that.
A lot of people, they want to support children who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs. It's always a good thing to encourage creativity and follow their dreams kind of thing. I posted it in a group, and the people were like, a lot of people this hadn't crossed their mind, but lizards in their pool area get caught by cats or are just kind of creepy when they jump out at you. And there were 2 or 3 people who said, wow, that's amazing. I had no idea that this could exist. Bring them over. And we just didn't follow up, which we should have, but we were going to make business cards. And then, I don't know, we got just distracted.
Yeah, well, and that's something that happens a lot with business owners, and that's what probably held me back from starting my first business time and time again is, actually deciding to do it. I think business cards are a great way to market yourself, and they're fairly inexpensive. Depending on where you get them, it can be anywhere from $10 to $30. And if you have a lizard on it, and I'm assuming that they were a fun design and would catch the attention of others. So
And that was another thing we were struggling with was, were we putting too many words on it? Were we being descriptive enough, but too wordy?
Mm-hmm. So what basically did the business card say?
Oh, gee. What do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
It's like lizard catcher extraordinaire can come clean up the lizards from your screened-in area.
And then like relocate them.
Them. And then my phone number, and I don't know if we used his email address. But it seemed like the card got very busy.
Mm-hmm.
So we never cleaned it up.
Gotcha. Yeah, it can do that. So with business cards, I feel like that's why they give them two sides. And so even my business card, one side is super clean, and the other side is pretty wordy. It has basically the gist of the problem we solve and everything. So that's that's perfect. I would say on the back of the card, it could be "Got Lizards" or something like that. Play on "Got Milk" and
got lizards. I got a kid for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So "Got Lizards" and
here's your kid.
We help relocate lizards from your screened-in porch or whatever best words could fit there, depending on the problem that you're solving. But that's the biggest thing, is the problem that you're solving is people have lizards, right? And people don't want lizards.
Well, we have to convince them that they don't want lizards.
Well, a lot of people will walk outside and know they don't want lizards, but until they realize that there's someone who isn't an exterminator to come and get them, is a good way to help them out. So if you do $5 per house, something that you could do is, have like a weekly contract. So you'll come once a week and do it. So
that builds return customers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we call that recurring revenue. So if you bill them monthly, $20 a month, you come once a week. So what I would even do is say it's $10 per house, but if you become one of our monthly clients, you get half off. So it becomes $5 a house, paying you $20 a month. So it might seem like you're losing money there, but you had already thought about selling it for $5.
Yeah.
So that way people see that they're getting a deal, because a lot of people who have these houses wouldn't mind paying $10 a week, just thinking about it, or $10 a month. It becomes a very small part of their home budget. So I think this is awesome. So another thing that you could possibly do is set up a landing page, which I'm gonna get with your mom and do that, because I'm gonna create a landing page for you, because I think that this is an awesome website. Wow. Or an awesome business idea, and I think you need a website. And so we'll have to think of a domain like thelizardcatcher.com or something like that.
No turning back now.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. Well, and I'll tell you what, there's something like so incredible about somebody who's not even a teenager yet having a website. So if you brand yourself as I'm the lizard catcher or something like that, and are able to get thelizardcatcher.com, whatever we might, and I'll search whenever we're on this next break to see what we can get. But by having that, so if you talk to local people and say, well, hey, if you want more information, just go to thelizardcatcher.com, and we'll be able to help you out there.
It actually looks like that domain is available.
Awesome. Yeah.
Let's go.
So, and for those listening, thinking, how
don't
can I
steal our idea?
Well, how can I get a domain? One, don't buy that domain. Two, go to grabthatname.com. That's the website I use to purchase all of my domains for myself, my clients. It's a great way. It's pretty inexpensive. I think $10.99 a year for a .com, so it's not too bad to get online. So I think that is a great way to start marketing your business. So along with that and the business cards, so that way before you print the business cards, you can have a website to put on there, and then you can also have a bunch of examples. So you can just have photos of you catching lizards on there, whether it's at your house or someone else's. That way it builds up some credibility, and then go to your neighbors, catch their lizards, have them write testimonials for you, and we'll put those on the site and everything. So it'll be an easy way for people, whenever they see that, they'll be like, this guy's the real deal. He knows what he's doing. Definitely. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He's going to come do a good job because he has these people who are vouching for him. And then eventually, whenever you're older, you can either sell it.
The domain.
Well, sell the business. Oh. Sell the business along with the domain, everything, the tools, so the box and the ladder, all go.
Okay, we'll have to talk to your dad about that first.
Maybe you can do a leasing deal then.
Franchise it.
See, that is actually a really, really good idea. And I'm trying to think of how it would work, especially if like your target market for franchise owners would be other 11-year-olds. So I'm trying to think of who would be the who would buy the. I mean, I guess the parent would buy the franchise, but that is a really good potential. It doesn't have much. It couldn't go much further than Florida, because I think that it's a real Florida problem.
Yeah.
I think if you go to anywhere up north.
Yeah, they sell them up there. Maybe once we catch them, we could sell them up north.
Yeah,
because that's where they sell them at the pet store for $10 a piece.
So I don't know about that. They take pretty bad care, I've seen of though. So.
Well, this is a secondary business, Atlas. So once you get going through all this, then you can start a pet store that takes great care of the lizards. So I think this is awesome. I will make sure I keep all of the listeners updated with how this goes, and especially whenever websites launch, whenever he's fully functioning as a business owner and everything, I'll make sure that we are giving updates here on the show so that you can hire Atlas to remove your lizards if needed. So if you are just joining us, this is the Business Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Kraft. I'm joined in the studio with Atlas, a young entrepreneur who is starting a great business catching lizards. So we will keep you in the loop. And let's see. And before we go to break, I want to talk to you about our one-day website accelerator program. So a lot of businesses are tired of spending so much time waiting for the perfect website to be built. With the Imphasis one-day website accelerator, we work with businesses to build custom professional websites that help you stand out online, get more customers, show up on search engines all in one day. We do this in 8 hours, so call 407-663-0011 or visit emphasisweb.com to schedule your free strategy call with me or a member of my team. Again, the website for a free strategy call is emphasisweb.com. You're listening to the Business Rundown with Chad Kraft on Florida Man Radio. Make sure you download the Florida Man Radio app. When we return, we will discuss some free and inexpensive ways to get more customers and clients. We will be right back.
Florida Man Radio.
And now, more of the Business Rundown with Chad Kraft.
Welcome back to the Business Rundown. I am your host, Chad Kraft. I'm the founder of Imphasis, a website and marketing agency right here in Central Florida. As a business owner, it is so important to be sure that you have a steady flow of customers coming through your door. And, it might be tough because you're like, man, the only way to get business into my door is by spending a bunch of money on ads. And, I don't have thousands of dollars a month to drop and hand over to Google. Say, here you go, Google. Here's my money. Please send customers my way. And usually they will if they're properly optimized, if your ads are. They'll put you in front of the right people, but sometimes, you aren't able to to make that work. So luckily, there are literally hundreds of ways to get business for free. So let's start pretty simple. You all heard of Facebook, right? So Facebook is a super easy way to get business. All you have to do is create a professional page. Make sure you fill out as much as possible. So one thing I notice a lot of business owners do is that they're vague in their descriptions, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a window cleaning business." Like that's all that they would say in the About Me section. No, fill that sucker up. You need to put everything all the way through to talk about what problem you solve, how you do it better than anyone else, this, that, and the other. And so make sure that every single section is as filled out as possible. Post photos. Make sure that you're posting regularly and consistently, because all this builds credibility, right? So if somebody's searching for your type of business and they happen to find you, they're going to want to make sure that you are a legitimate business owner. You can also create a Facebook group that's dedicated to your ideal audience. And so in this group, you're going to want to provide value. You're going to want to occasionally post an offer so that you can see this in action. I want you to visit my Facebook community. It's called the Being Magnetic Community. Go from chase to attract. And so you can visit that at gobemagnetic.com, and that will take you over to Facebook. Another way to get business for free is Google My Business. So a lot of people want to be number one on Google. They want to be on the first page. Well, Google makes that incredibly easy because they have this tool called Google My Business. How nice of them. So all you have to do is fill out everything, like I said before with Facebook. And if you fill out everything on your Google My Business page, optimize it for your keywords, put your tags, your location, all of that in there, Google will put you up in certain areas where they feel like you are the best fit. So if you heard of the Google 3-pack, so whenever you Google something and you see the top 3 results under the map, they call that the map pack or the 3-pack, that's where you want to try to go. But you can't get there unless you have a Google My Business page. So the first step is just to create one, collect reviews, and run wild. There are a lot of other social channels that you can get business from. So I'm going to run through them real fast. And there's going to be some that I'm not listing here. And if they're not listed here, that's usually just because they're something I haven't worked with. So TikTok and Snapchat won't be on here. Not saying those aren't good ways to get business. They're just ways I don't know how to use. So I'm not gonna tell you how to get business from there. But Twitter is basically a mini blog posting your content. You can link to your site, and so that if you fill it up with some keywords, when those keywords are searched, your Twitter post might show up, which is kind of cool. And then if that Twitter post links to your website, you can drive traffic to your website that way. Pinterest is basically an SEO machine. So every time you write a blog post, post it on the Pinterest, make sure it has keywords, a description, all of that stuff, and you'll be able to get leads through that. Instagram. A ton of business owners are using Instagram to get more clients. They're using it for their business development. So you can utilize the post features, the story features, all of this, posting, about your business, what your business does, the problem you solve. And then you can also use the direct messaging function, so you can slide into people's DMs and connect with your ideal customer. I do want to say, like with any DMs or cold outreach, that sort of stuff, just be helpful before anything else. Don't just come in and be like, hey, hire me to do this. No, that's how you get blocked. That's how people ignore you. Just help others first. LinkedIn is if you are B2B, this is where I would highly recommend you be. Just create a professional profile, make sure it's fully optimized, everything's in it, and then create posts that are relevant for your business and helpful to your clients. So another way that I use to get more clients into my business is networking. I attend some business networking events and groups, and I like to say your net worth or your network is your net worth, right? So I don't remember who said that, but it is a really famous quote. So surrounding yourself with, other business people who can help your business grow are the key to your success. You can join chambers of commerce to find like-minded people. You could join leads groups or referrals groups, or you could even join a co-working location. So chambers of commerce and leads groups and referrals groups, they usually run more on the expensive side. They can be as low as a couple $100, but as high as a couple $1,000s. So that's what I call relatively inexpensive. A lot of times they are worth the investment. So just talk to people who are members now and say, hey, what is the return on investment you've got? Especially if they're in a similar industry to you, be like, hey, what sort of return can I expect? Co-working, this is a fun one, and it's newer because co-working is a relatively newer concept. There are a lot of co-working spaces in Orlando. We have Expansive, Industrious. There's a couple more that I don't remember the names of. I've worked out of Expansive, and actually moving back there. And it's a great place. It's a good way to connect with other business owners to grow your business and build strategic partnerships. Build your own website is another way to get business for free or inexpensive. And so I know what you might be thinking, Chad, you own a web design company. Why are you telling me to build my own website? Well, if you don't have thousands of dollars to invest in a website, it might be a good idea to build your site using a platform like Wix or Squarespace, or my personal favorite, Phone Sites. Phone Sites makes it easy to build lead converting landing pages in a flash. The templates are written and optimized to get more leads into your pipeline and more cash into your pocket. Visit bestwaytogetleads.com to sign up for a free 7-day trial of Phone Sites and to build your first site in 5 minutes flat. That's bestwaytogetleads.com. Now, another great way to generate business is your blog. Blogging is the key to SEO. It helps you rank higher on Google, and Google loves content. So put out a ton of content so that Google can just absorb all of that up. You know who else likes content? Your customers. Your customers are more likely to use you if you're putting out valuable content that they can actually use or enjoy or read or understand. So put your best stuff out there and watch your leads climb. Now, a caveat to this is I want to say this is the long game. Blogging and SEO take time. You're not going to put out a blog and immediately get 100 leads. You're not going to blog for 2 months and get 100 leads. You're not going to blog for probably a year and get 100 leads from your blog. But down the road, it's going to generate a lot of business, and you'll be able to utilize it. So what you plant now, you can eat later. Just not right now. Write an ebook. Ebooks are great lead generators. They provide value up front, and basically you're giving your audience something for free that's valuable that they would pay for in return for their email address. So they put their email address in, you send them an ebook, and now they're in your pipeline, and you can talk to them on a regular basis. Creative business cards are a great way to generate more business. So with business cards, you want to not be boring. Man, I see all the time these business cards, they're just white and flimsy, and they just have, Times New Roman font that says Joe Schmo, accountant, bunch of boring stuff that no one cares about. Think of something that's relevant for your business, that's creative. You can put an image on there. You could really put anything. You could also use a unique size or texture or shape. So I've had a bunch of different size business cards. I used to work for a nonprofit. It was called Center on the Square. So whenever I worked there, I had square business cards because it was Center on the Square. So I would hand square business cards. It would, it's different. It sits in people's wallets different. When they're looking through their cards, that's going to be the one they see. I've also had these like really tiny cards. Now, those ones didn't help me as much. They did help me stand out whenever I handed them to somebody, but they got lost so easily. The business cards I have now they're extra thick. So whenever somebody holds them, they usually are fiddling with it because they're like, oh, this is heavier than normal. And things that are heavier usually have more value. Now, another thing you could do is partner with relatable businesses. So if you are an accountant, you could partner with a financial planner, or you could partner with a payroll company. Real estate agents can partner with mortgage lenders or title companies. Whatever it is, find somebody who's servicing your clients first and work with them. So the last thing I'm going to share with you today about getting more clients into your business is referrals. Referrals are all around us. You just have to have relationships. So build relationships with others and then give. If you give to others, they will give back to you. It's the law of reciprocity. So give, show your appreciation, and always communicate with your sphere. Now, I want to thank you for listening to the Business Rundown, the show that is helping you build a successful business to live a life of freedom. I'm Chad Kraft. Today's show was brought to you by Imphasis and Brand Builders Group. Learn more about Imphasis at emphasisweb.com and schedule your free brand strategy call with brand builders at freebrandingcall.com. Be sure to visit the show website, businessrundown.com, to connect with the show and join us right here every weekend on Sunday at 8 a.m. on Florida Man Radio, 660 AM, 105.5 FM, floridamanradio.com, and the Florida Man Radio app. We'll see you next week.